Well, that's a great intro. So for some background on that, Chuke, what makes you the mall ninja kid?
I used to literally be a mall ninja. Everything you could imagine without the trench coat. I had a bandana, 2 karambits, fucking Chinese steel, a boot knife, combat boots.
This story keeps getting better.
I had a what we called a, because I lived in Seattle for a while, so I forgot what we called it. We called
Did you
it
have a plate carrier with additional plates duct taped to it?
I had a fucking bolt on a rope that I would just swing around as a weapon.
So you had an old school monkey's fist.
I forgot what we
Holy
call it,
shit.
slappy or
A
something.
bolt on a rope. That's ruthless.
A smiley, we call
You
it.
mean do you mean a nut or a bolt?
Oh, a big nut.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like a very hardcore monkey's fist.
Yeah. It's a monkey fist without the soft exterior that we all associate with
Jesus Christ.
how
Yeah.
soft a monkey's fist is.
All right, so we got the mall ninja kid, who I think is the oldest one at the table.
Really? You're older
Mhm.
than me?
52.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'm not aging well.
And I met his kid, and I'm like, your dad's how old? What about you, Mike? What makes you the old man folders?
I think I'm crotchety is most of it. I think it's a lot of I'm bitchy and I'm set in my ways. My wife and I whistle vibrato, and it bothers the shit out of my wife. So she always says, so spiritually, she tells me I'm like 70 years old.
Every time I hear you whistle, it reminds me of my great-grandfather when he was working around the workshop.
See?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking
I'm
about.
just like, every time you do it, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So my wife always tells me that I'm way older than I act way older than I am, and so I'm getting bitchy as I get older, and I'm fighting it. I'm trying not to be.
Yeah.
But I recognize that I am.
You're also got the pulse split on the knife industry, so
Mm.
yeah. Knives, folders, makes sense.
And I am drawn to karambits. All karambits.
You and every Mormon we know.
I'm not opposed to karambits. I just would never want to have to show one to a jury because your ass is going to jail.
I was lucky enough to connect with Tim Sundles, the founder and owner of Buffalo Bore Ammunition. And if that guy wasn't my hero before, I mean, he is now. He literally does not give a fuck about anything. He let it all out. The Alaska State Troopers tried to screw him over. He sued them, and then they dropped the charges.
He sued the troopers, and they backed down.
Yeah, they dropped the charges, and then dudes resigned. And then he doesn't care what anybody thinks because he's already got a top product that people are going to buy anyways.
I own a bunch of Buffalo Bore.
He's sick of the government. He's sick of people messing with him, and he let it all out. Here we have a public figure in the firearms industry, and he starts talking about, oh yeah, Chuke, I believe in Bigfoot, I believe in Dog Man, and he just had these stories, and I'm just sitting there like, fuck yeah. He just doesn't care.
I like the cut of this guy's jib already.
Yeah, he's talked to people. He's
5
seen
sheets.
tracks. He's seen Dogman tracks way out in the middle of nowhere. And then he's talked to some outdoorsmen that have been in tree stands and shot him. And then they get back up and start coming at him. And so they keep shooting until it's dead or they think it's dead.
Yeah.
And then they'll see it 2 months later limping. You got to get a brain shot or a spine shot to kill him. And he does not care. It's so awesome. He's like, I'm going to hunt one. I'm going to kill it. And when the feds come to take it, because every time somebody kills one, the feds come in and, oh, you never saw this, and we're taking it. He's like, there will be bloodshed. Yeah, over my dead body, you're going to, and he's got the biggest arsenal that anybody has up in the hills.
He owns an ammunition company.
Oh, God, it was so refreshing.
It's the Smithsonian's always like, send it us and we'll test it. And then they're like, oh, it never showed up.
Yeah.
Smithsonian.
And sometimes somebody will find a dog man or a Bigfoot, and the park rangers will just be like, oh, yeah, we'll take it. We'll let you know what happens. And then just like,
Yeah, we're going to test it.
Yeah, no, we never had it. And
Don't know what you're talking about.
But it really opened my mind because, I do the whole Bigfoot thing, and I'm actually more excited to go to Area 51 after SHOT Show than I am SHOT Show. So that's
Are you
coming up.
really?
Yeah, after SHOT Show, me and New York Prepper, we're actually ditching SHOT Show halfway through it. We're
New
going to go
York
to the back gate of Area
Prepper,
51.
the dude with 1 million plus.
Yeah,
Prepper,
he's pretty big. He's like
You
half
and
a
him
million.
are going to go do that?
Yeah, we're going to do that.
Oh, you're going to
And
get the New York Prepper bump. At least.
we're
at
not bringing
least
guns, though,
20
in case
subscribers.
Yeah, we're both going to have massive survival knives, so I need some recommendations for that.
We can hook up with
But
that.
Should
we're going to
totally
go to the
send them
back
with the
gate
severance.
the first day, And then the second day, we're going to climb Tikaboo Peak and wait for the sun to go down, have all our thermals and shit. It's one of the only legal places where you can actually get a visual of Area 51
Yeah.
from this all-day hike that's straight up a mountain.
Yeah, because they extended during the Obama administration, they extended how close you could get because the technology got so good, people just zoom in and you can see anything you want.
Yeah. So I will have a telephoto lens, but anyways, I'm more excited for that than SHOT Show.
So this is your first shot too.
First shot.
All right.
So I'm gonna take my vitamins.
So everybody that goes to SHOT has a list in their head of where they want all the places you want to hit. I mean, it's like I would never go to SHOT without going to Dillon Arrow and taking a picture behind the minigun. It's always something I have to do every time.
Yeah, I want to hang out at the HK booth. There's a lot of places I want to check out. I want to check out small companies that build AKs and 2011s and stuff. So I don't know. I'm going to be all over the place.
2011s. That's something, man, I've had a staccato on my wish list for quite a while.
I finally got one. Well, I had one before, but with my trading addiction, I got rid of a couple of them. But this one I'm keeping. It's the one that takes Glock mags. And it's the compact size. It's the HD 3.6, and it was $2,300. That was their base model.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is really nice.
That's not bad there. I know to be a staccato dealer, so since I have an FFL, we've looked into it before, and their minimum order as compared to the price of their product is very small. It's like get together. If you want to be a dealer, all you got to do is get together 4 customers.
Oh, wow.
And you can place a minimum order and fill out your application and place a minimum order and qualify to be a staccato dealer.
I tried to knock them at first, but I mean, they're made in Texas. They're just
so
good.
nice.
They're good guns.
They really are. They're really nice. My buddy Josh has had a couple of them, and I've never actually been a chance to go out to the range and shoot one with him, but just the fit and finish and the drop, it's just, they're very, very clean.
They're nice. But speaking of compact guns, I know I did that video on the Glock V that everybody hated, and I tried to hate on the new Gen 6 when it saw it come out, but it's got so many interesting things, and you got to check one out recently?
Yeah, so I don't know how much I can talk about, but it was 3 or 4 days before they were going to unveil it. And I was having a cigar with a Glock guy, and we were kind of bullshitting, and I think he was waiting for an Uber or something like that. And he goes, "Hey, you want to see something cool?" I was like, "Hell yeah." So he brings out this Pelican case and pulls out, man, and I don't know what model it was. I almost want to say it was a 20, but it was the new Gen 6. And
probably 17 is one of the first ones.
It was, but it was bigger.
Oh, okay.
It was bigger than a 70. It was about the size of my 20.
Wow. Okay.
And so, and the thing is, we had been drinking and smoking cigars for quite a long time, so my memory's not. But the frame is definitely more robust. There's a little bit of a baby beaver tail out the back now on the polymer frame, which I do really like. I think, and I mean, I don't know. It's been so long that they've been making Glocks without that. You would think it would be. Why would they choose now to fight slide bite? But maybe that's it.
I think it's because everybody does ZEVs and shadow systems now. So now they have an undercut in it. They've got a better stippling on the grip. It's just got all the features that you would want that you change out your stock Glock with. The trigger's better.
Yeah, it's got a lot of the aftermarket stuff from the factory. Every one of my Glocks, I've redone the stippling on every single one. I've redone the undercut on every single one. I've changed the frame on every one I've ever bought.
Yeah.
And now with the Gen 6, I'm interested. Maybe I don't need to do that. If I get it straight from the factory, I don't have to modify it. Maybe that'd be a plus.
There's this weird mystery. When they first showed pictures, they had this part on the upper handle kind of edited out. And then they showed, some people found these patents where you have a grip that comes apart on it. Obviously, the ones out right now aren't that, but there was some weird speculation that you actually remove the grip and put a longer one on it. So
the two-piece frame?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. So I don't know if they're going to do that or not, but
well, you're going to have to go to SHOT and tell us.
Yeah. I will. I'll be able to check one out at SHOT Show for sure. So I'm excited about that. But really, I like ZEVs and shadow systems so much that I don't even know if I'd except for the Glock 20, I probably wouldn't buy a new Glock 19 just because I'm invested in Zev so
Yeah.
much and Shadow Systems.
I gotta say, my Glock 19, I've never been more unhappy with a pistol before, and I don't know why, and I don't know. Well, I know specifically why, because the rounds hit me in the head all the time, and I'm tired of
Yeah.
it. And I've tried all new internals in the frame. I think what it is I think the ejector arm. I think I have to adjust the ejector arm.
Is that the one that we were going to fire behind a steel wall with a string?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because I lightened the frame. So I did the serrations in the frame. I windowed the side of the frame. I windowed the top of the slide. The slide. Sorry, I windowed the slide. I windowed the slide on both sides, and then I windowed the top of it, and then I did a whole bunch of serration relief on it. And
Yeah.
I basically learned how to modify Glock slides on that, and I fucked up in a couple of places. I'm gonna be honest, but this is my first one.
I'm also excited about they're revealing what it's going to look like now that tax stamps have gone away. I went ahead and got a couple new suppressors right before this happened, just because the wait was still. I waited 2 days for one. This was right after Black Friday. I got it approved, picked it up, and then I waited 5 days for the other one. So all my hunting rifles are going to have suppressors now. I've got one for my AR, but now the tax stamp's going to go away. So I have an SBR project that I want to do,
Yeah.
but I'm still waiting to figure out if the system is going to be bombarded. A lot of people are saying that it might be
Oh yeah.
more of a wait.
Yeah, the wait times will go
Yeah.
crazy. So, in the vectors. So now I'm gonna move it on to the vector conversation here. I want a Gen 2 10 mil pistol.
Mhm.
And I wanted an Arctic, other than I don't know why. Other than I don't know. I just wanted an Arctic.
White.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh God, that would be so nice for wintertime.
Yeah. No. Well, I mean, I could Cerakote any of that. I don't care. But I just want it. If I'm gonna not get around to fucking with it, I can tolerate it just hanging around in white. But I want, well, because the Gen 1s had problems, and then it took forever. You couldn't get them, and the Gen 2 redesign took a long time. So they were just, everything was out of stock. So I met a fan of yours. Oh, let's see. It's been less than a week. And I was leaving the cigar store one night, and I got an Uber home. And the guy pulls up, and he goes, "Hey, did you get any nice cigars?" I said, no, I'm just getting off work. And he goes, "Oh, do you know Chuke?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do know Chuke." He goes, "Oh, man, you got to see this video I sent him." And he pulls up his phone, and he shows me this. Is a Gen 2 10 mil Vector pistol that he's put the brace on and the folding stock, and he bought the slightly longer barrel and the Picatinny edition on the front. So he bought the nicest Vector 10 mil pistol.
I remember this.
And he shows me a video of him out at the range. He puts a binary trigger in it, and he sets up his phone and take video. And I don't know how long he was shooting it, but probably about 6 rounds into it, the whole side of the Vector just blows out. And he's in the car driving, and he pulls up this video on his phone so I can watch this video. And he's like, "Yeah, I really want to get a rifle." And I was like, "I could get you a rifle. I really want your pistol." It's like, maybe you should come in and we'll talk about it. But so I'd be interested to see if you say you remember that video, it'd be nice that you could find it. Because I should have told him. I was like, "Oh, you got to send me that." And I didn't think about it.
I remember watching it. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so I just got to say, for those of you that don't know, we are in the studio underneath the Northern Knives / Fifth Avenue Cigars building. They've got a full ventilation system here. The Premier Cigar Lounge is right next door to us. And upstairs is the Northern Knives shop that I've talked about this before. I just become so happy when I enter this building because it's a knife shop, but you feel you're on a reality show. You never know when some crazy guy's going to come in with a sword collection, or you guys have some weird thing that somebody sent in. There's
Trying
always
to sell us a gold tooth.
Yeah, there's always something super fun about this. And then I always peek at Dakota's desk because he's inventorying all the weird shit that you guys get, and there's always some weird knife or sword on his desk.
All the cool shit filters through Dakota first because it's all got to go on the website.
It does. Oh God, I ended up getting one of the Tontos though. I got the Magnum Tonto, so I'm gonna make my own. I'm gonna get a smaller Magnum Tonto, and I got that. I've already got a Japanese shrine with the cold steel Tonto
Yeah,
on it.
I mean, the original Emperor set came with like a tea service tray and the
Yeah.
stand and the whole 9 yards. Like, it was pretty legit.
And Alistair said, "I'll never see it again. You guys will never get another."
They
one
only
from the
made
shop."
a couple
Yeah.
hundred of them. It was a weird limited that they did
That's-
back in the 90s.
Yeah, that's the thing is trying to come across it again. I mean, we get so many people that are like, oh, I want a Gen 2 Navy Scarab from Microtech, but I want it in full serrated, and I want a satin blade, and then I want a black handle. It's like, yeah, that's great, dude. They made 8 of those. We're never gonna find that for you.
I had my chance, but I cheaped out and I didn't get it. But I think I'm going to buy the last. You guys have a new auto from. There's one more. Who made it? We were going to talk about it. There's one more auto.
Not the ZT?
Yeah, from ZT.
Oh, the new ZT auto?
I think I need to get
Okay.
I have given ZT a rash of shit over the years, and I feel justified because I used to be a ZT collector.
Yeah.
All the 300 chassis stuff. I had the 300, the 301, the 302, the 303. I had all of them. And then when they got discontinued, all the prices skyrocketed, and I sold them for a mint. But then they came out with the 308s, and then ever since the 308 came out, that was their last really good. They've been on kind of a slide with their new stuff.
They
that
went
comes
from
out.
making these big chunks of titanium to these trendy little thin.
Making
guys.
Kershaws almost.
Yeah.
Making Kershaws.
I agree.
But the new ZT, I'm going to go ahead and just call it a Crew Carta because that's what everybody else calls everything else in that configuration. But it's
Yeah.
micarta scale, crew wear blade. It's a brown Cerakote with the tan micarta auto. And
I think
priced
it's a black wash.
No, it's not. It's straight brown. It's straight brown. I think, in fact, if it's as a Cerakote color, I would guess it's plum brown, although I don't remember the code for plum brown.
It
Or
almost
federal
looks like
round.
maybe Barrett.
Barrett's lighter. Barrett's lighter than Macmillan. But anyway, it's $320, which is a budget knife for ZT.
Yeah.
So $320 in crew wear with micarta auto. It's snappy. It's got good spring in it. I really hope it's a home run for ZT because I want them to go this direction.
Yeah.
I think they've been floundering, and they don't come out with a lot of new knives every year. So it's and I feel bad saying it, but I remember way back in the day, probably eight or 10 years ago, they would come right when the new 561 Hinder design was coming out, before they did the 620 Emerson. And it was the running joke with all of us here in the shop was they have a shop in Oregon, but they only make brochures, anticipation, and disappointment. They don't actually make knives there. And it sounds a shitty thing to say, but they were on such a run with Hinder and Emerson, and then just discontinuing all the stuff that sold out.
Yeah.
And then discontinuing the 300 series. And that was all the biggest sellers we had in the shop. And then they're just gone. And then they come out with a slip joint. And then they come out with a glorified Kershaw and the 357, which is basically a link variation. But I'm glad to see this new, as far as I'm concerned, ZT standards, this is a bold step in what I think is the very right direction. And I hope they continue that way because I have not seen a new ZT on the shelf for a long time and think, fuck, I need to take that home.
Yeah.
And I did with this new one.
How many did you guys get in that's up?
I think maybe 3.
3.
And there's one left. And now I feel a dick taking the one last one off the shelf. So I need to leave it and just order some more.
Obviously, that's a sign. Here's a sign.
I mean, good on you, ZT. I mean, that's a massive redemption arc. I really hope you continue on it. That's a good one.
That's the first ZT I've picked up that I feel I personally need to have, primarily because of the micarta. But it's ProTech. It feels the ProTech, and I don't know why other companies struggle to get that feel.
Yeah.
I feel they go not for cheaper springs, but they go for more approachable. This is the first one I've fired in a while from another company where you hit the button.
Yeah, it's got a ProTech hit.
And it wants to launch out of your hand.
Yeah, it's got a
like
ProTech
you got to
hit.
hold on to that bitch.
Yeah.
Let's talk about things in the knife world that we hate.
Other ZTs. No, I'm just kidding. At one point, I owned 15 of them. I think I feel justified in. I'm and as someone who's in the business, I feel I have there's legitimacy to my argument.
Yeah.
Top hate.
I think maybe Chuke can lead this one in.
Well, there's a few I have. First of all, I'm getting sick of the 2010 posts people still do of here's my Hank and here's my 6 matching knives with the matching knuck, all in anodized red, and it's all the same. I mean, we did that before reels, how pictures are now more popular on Instagram, but it used to be all pictures that, and I hate it because I did a couple of those theme carries, and it cost me so much money, and it would take me 5 months to collect every little matching color for my little theme on the hanky. And then it'd be, oh, my picture is over. Now what? Now I'm on to the next.
Yeah.
It's just, and some people still do it. Not everyone, but there's some old timers that still do these shitty 2010 carry on the Hank pictures. I don't that.
Where the flashlight and the knife match the watch that matches the ring that matches the little the trinket that I got from some machinist who charges a shitload of money for this little thing, and
it's shitty.
I'm just pointing out it's got to be this.
Yeah,
and then
the knife
also,
has to be vertical down the hand with the blade pointing at your wrist. It has to be that
watch
way.
Has to
turned around,
and the watch has to be worn. My wife wears her watches with the face on the inside,
and the angle is perfect. Yeah.
I hate that so much.
People are still doing it, not as much, but you still see it.
I gotta wonder, and this is because I've been subverted to so many things. Wonder if there's a hanky code to that.
A hanky code?
I also hate most Chinese knives. I say most because there's a couple that I would talk about my Microtech. But
you got a so-called.
I used to be a big Olight guy, and check out Chuke's Olight sale. It's Olight Chuke, and I didn't make any money off it. It just made me look shitty. And so finally, I was like, I'm not accepting any more stuff from them. I'm just going to make memes making fun of Olight instead.
I do have 2 of their flashlights. I don't hate them.
I like their flashlights.
I will say I have a carbon fiber one, and that bitch can't save a battery to save its life. A battery in that thing once a week.
The new arc
and I don't carry it every day.
The new flat arc field is cool, but I was on a bear hunt with Chuck from Alaska Ballistics. He wounded this black bear. We think he shot it, and so we went out. It was pitch black, and he had some shitty Chinese light. It wasn't an Olight. And then I was like, check this out. And I had a HK 45 tactical with this massive 17,000 lumen Olight on it. And I turned it on, and it just turned the whole forest on fire. It was a giant spotlight. And Chuck was like, holy shit.
The ray of God.
Everything. And in 20 minutes, it just fucking shut off. And thankfully, I had a little battery-powered flashlight that I put on my baseball cap, but then I could hardly see anything. But after that, I was like, no more rechargeable lights. These are the worst.
I have Olight. I think it's called a Baton 3. And there's some that are rechargeable, and then there's some that have a rechargeable battery where you can take the battery out and plug the battery in. Yeah. And I kind of prefer that because I want to be able to have my own CR123s or what are they, 18 860s or whatever they are, the double-sized 123s. I prefer that, but I think I think I said 2, but I own 3 Olight flashlights. And the flashlights themselves, so Olight was started by a couple of engineers who left Surefire, if I remember correctly. This is way back in the day. And we were one of the first Olight dealers because this was back before there was a million Chinese, manufacturers of flashlights. It was, you were paying the money, or you were getting the worst shit that China had to offer. You're getting keychain style.
Talking
stuff.
about the early odds.
Yeah, let's say 10. Yeah. Say 2010 and so we started in with the Olights, and I had an M30, but what I liked about them is they were Legos. So you could change out the trigger button on one, or the butt button on one. You could change out the head and all the different battery holders. You could add an extension so it will hold 4 batteries instead of 3, and you could change out the button so this one has a separate strobe button instead of cycling through it. And they were really cool.
Yeah, their flashlights are cool, but then we reviewed the first O knife that came out, and the O knives just annoy me. They're such shit, and there's such a cult of Olight followers. We talked about this too. There's all these Olight reps. I'm Olight Jim. I'm Olight Jerry. Hi, I'm Olight Cheryl.
Who the fuck does that?
Yeah, I know they changed their name.
Yeah. I don't know if you're aware of this, but Cheryl and Karen are the same thing
They
in
are.
Australia. So you call someone a Cheryl in Australia,
Yeah.
it's a Karen in the U.S.
And then they prey
Fucking
upon
Cheryl.
these collectors because there's some dudes that on these Olite Facebook groups that I have every Olite that came out since 2010, and they'll show it in this cabinet, this fancy glass cabinet. And there's a couple dudes that they're severely disabled, and they'll show these pictures of them smiling, and they'll have a 44 Magnum and 57 Olites all around them. And it's their whole identity. They have to get the new one, whatever the new one is. But anyways, now they're making these knives, and they're trying to get in with the knife community and the EDC community, and they're coming out with these knives, but they're all shit, I think. Even though they've gotten better at them, who wants to check out my new O knife? It's just.
I mean,
just
I gotta say, as a knife guy, they're not even on my fucking radar.
Yeah. You don't even notice.
And I own more than one Olite flashlight, and they're nice. Yeah. I mean, here I'm reaching out to you, Olite. Impress me, I dare you.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna be easy.
But I say not all Chinese, because I bought this here a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So this
Microtech SOCOM Bravo.
Yeah, and this was the Chinese version, which was pretty controversial, but this thing is so badass. I mean, it's got an action that even my weak little thumb can just whip out. It's a massive, almost 4-inch blade, fully serrated.
So the manufacturer of that knife is a company called Reich.
Okay.
So it's Reich Knife over in China.
Okay.
And so there's a lot of companies that'll do, like, they'll make anything from a $50 Chinese knife all the way up to a $350 knife, Wee knife. And Reich doesn't do that. Reich we are high-end only. And we're premium materials, and we're premium this, and we're premium that. And so I respect Reich for doing that and not just trying to get their name out there so they can get it in every pocket and just making a premium product, which is probably exactly why they were a fit for Microtech.
Yeah.
To go on and be like, okay, what's the Microtech of China? Well, Reich is kind of the Microtech of China. And so it's a nice fit.
And they inspected them. You were saying that the owner personally did the serrations?
Yeah, so if you have a fully serrated model, you do. Anthony, the owner of Microtech, does those serrations. They do not come from China with those serrations. So he personally does all the serrations on those knives. At least that was the story. You can find the videos of him doing it on YouTube. I tend to believe them. I do Microtech. I've owned probably 15, 16 of them in the course of my life. I'm not carrying one today, but I mean, currently I think I own 4 Microtechs, if I had to guess it.
I was going to say, if you're going to call him anything, Tony. If you're going to make knives, your name's Tony.
I mean, if you want to burn a bridge, go for it.
Does it go by Anthony Marifoni?
Well, so here's the thing. Marfione or Marfione. So that's if you've ever just read it, or I don't know which one it is. I don't know which one he says.
So you're saying if I ever meet the guy, don't say Tony
Marfione? Tony, yeah.
Marfione.
Marfione, yeah. He probably wouldn't do that.
So what are your hates in the knife world? I got to know.
I swear that my hate is not a popular hate. And it is either a non-standard and or non-reversible clip. A clip that is so integral to the knife's design that it can't be moved or can't be swapped side to side or can't be swapped out with a custom from Lynch because this is a one-off on a concept knife that you're never going to see again. So I even when I design all of the folder prototypes and stuff that I work on, it all comes with a standard. I do a 2-hole clip that Benchmade and Emerson both use. It's generally a 3-hole, but I delete the center one in favor of the low-rise style, which only uses 2. Or I'll use a 1 screw after another style hinder clip because the aftermarket is there. I mean, cool. A milled titanium clip is cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
But offer it in a style that it screws to the knife in the same way as all these aftermarkets.
Yeah.
Because people want to personalize their shit, and low rise is the way to go. And if you want to do a stamped titanium or you want to do a really cool milled titanium one, yeah, cool. That's good. Do that.
Yeah.
But make sure if someone doesn't want that, let them have options. Let them. It's the easiest possible way to let someone personalize their knife. It's
Yeah.
I don't this clip. I want it to sit lower in the pocket, or I want to hold left hand,
Yeah.
which I'm not even left-handed, and I carry a knife on my left-hand side at least 50% of the time. And it's just to keep me familiar with the motion of using it and making my left hand useful.
So I bought a XM24 from the shop here for Black Friday, and somebody had the clip tipped down. And so I put it in my pocket. I was like, what the fuck? What's wrong with this? And then I was like, oh, shit. And so within 10 seconds, I had taken it off, put it tip up, and now it's my normal carry. But I mean, if they made it where you couldn't do that, that would suck.
I mean, I have an XM18 that I carry regularly, and I carry it on my left side, and I carry it tipped down with the blade towards the back of my pocket.
Okay.
And I mean, I might swap it over, and because you can't do left and right with a hander, they only go up and down. But the option is out there. If I wanted to do a low rise clip, well, the option is out there. Hinder doesn't offer it, but Lynch does, and I can buy a Lynch clip. And Casey's a great guy, and Lynch does fantastic work. I just think that it's just, I mean, okay, I get it. You want it to flow and everything, but you sacrifice all of the simplest customizability that your customer can do just so you can have it look fancy in pictures with this fucking one-off clip.
Yeah.
Did I get too in the weeds with that? I feel like that was a lot of inside baseball.
No, I'm just trying to aim the mic so it hits your face.
I have to admit, I know I want to talk about knife steels. When a certain steel came on the market, I was the biggest fanboy. And now I'm like, it's cool, but I prefer some of these other steels. I don't mind it. You guys know what steel I'm talking about, right?
Does it start with a S3 and end with a 5V?
Is it?
It's Magna.
Oh, is it Magna? Oh.
Magna, but
there was a while, this was 2.5 years ago, every knife I bought here at the shop had to be Magna Cut.
Yeah.
Which it's a good steel, but now I'm not so set on it. There's some other steels I'd rather have.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
I got in on the Magna Cut train, and I picked two high-end makers who I really respected and went with their option. And then I found S45 and Crewware, and I don't feel the need to buy a Magna Cut knife ever again.
Yeah.
I mean,
I gotta be honest, Crewware is where it's at.
I mean, maybe there's a use case I haven't
where
found.
it's at, but Magna Cut.
Look,
I do have a Bark River from Magna Cut. It's fantastic. Cuts a laser, does a great job.
Yeah.
You can pound on it, but it has that weird convex grind on it. And I wonder if that's more the geometry than the steel.
So the problem is with a convex grind, that's the maximum amount. A convex grind is the maximum amount of help you're going to give to edge retention steel if you're going from a geometry perspective, right? So the geometry of a knife, flat versus convex versus a hollow, right? The geometry that's going to lend to help the steel perform the best is always convex, because you have the most meat behind the grind as possible, especially if you do a convex to zero, which is a difficult thing to do, but you learn it and it takes time. And I just don't think Magna Cut is up to the task. I really think that it's, I mean, I hate to shit on S35 yet again, because it's something I constantly do, but Magna Cut seemed to be this flash in the pan kind of thing, S35. I fell for the hype on Magna Cut. I did not fall for the hype on S35. I knew it was shit. And I've been proven right. There's a reason only Chinese knives use it now. S45 is far superior. S45 is basically LMAX as far as I'm concerned. But I don't know. I think Magna Cut's gonna go the same way. I think for the premium you pay, I don't think Magna Cut's worth it. I think Crewware is a better steel, and I think people are waking up to that.
Is Crewware becoming more popular now?
It's creeping into other stuff. Yes. I have 2 crew-wear knives, and notice I said I have, and I don't have any MagnaCut knives anymore because it got to the point where, and I said, I did not buy cheap shit. Yeah. I bought very expensive, very nice knives from a maker I trusted, and I noticed I was sharpening them to the point that if I sharpen this knife anymore, it's not going to be worth anything because I'm going to have a little rinky-dink toothpick blade and no one's going to want to buy it. So it was time to dump it. Yeah. And I did that with both my MagnaCut knives and still own 2 crew-wear knives.
Anything else you hate about knives? The knife?
Oh, man. I'm sure there is. I can't really think of it right now.
I was going to say obtuse locks.
Well,
weird-ass stuff
from
some manufacturers who have an extra safety on the lock.
The CRKT locks, LAWKS, the CRKT locks. It's got a spring-loaded secondary lock where you have to use it, but it's a CRKT. I'd never own one. I don't care. So yes, I don't get, but it doesn't affect my life. Yeah, I also don't like a Kia Sorento, but it doesn't affect my fucking life because I don't care about that car. It never crosses my path. So CRKT locks, yes, I don't. But I mean, who the fuck cares? I mean, I don't own one, and I wouldn't. But I'm sure there's a lot of things that I'm not thinking of, and maybe I could, but I haven't put that much. I'm not prepared enough for the question, I guess I would say.
The hate list is massive. Just requires thought.
I mean, and I'm fucking crotchety. I'm old man folders for a fucking reason. I'm sure there's 100 things I could hate. But when I'm put on the spot, no, there's not 100 things I could hate.
And I'm the Mall Ninja Kid because my wet dream is having a leather vest with 2 karambit sheaths sewn into the collar that I could just, if a street fight happens, I could just Batman up and go that and slice my neck as I rip these karambits out. That is my dream. And there was some trailer.
If only you can behead yourself in the same move. Just
I saw some Mall Ninja guy in a trailer that made that. He made a leather vest that he did a shitty custom job where he sewed 2 karambit sheaths into this black leather vest. And I looked at that and I was like, that's what I need in my life.
That sounds
I have no clue
one
what
of the
to
most
say to
dangerous
that.
things I've ever heard of in my life. I want these curved blades right by my jugular.
As is tradition.
Should we do a pocket dump?
Oh shit. I'm fine with the pocket dump.
Yeah, no, let's go for it. What
For
do you
those
guys
of you
carrying?
listening, this is gonna suck.
No, not necessarily. Depends on the whole.
I gotta be honest, I did not prepare for a pocket dump.
Perfect.
We'll be very descriptive.
Did you? All right. Did anybody else prepare? Because I can go first here.
Not at all. You don't want mine.
So I have speaking of flashlights, I have a Maritac copper that holds a AA, I think. Only because it's the right size to fit in the pocket, but AA's suck for flashlights. Strider SMF in 20 CV. Pretty sure it's 20 CV.
Yeah. I think that also has a frag pattern on it.
Oh yeah, so it's a
special custom white Jeep.
I did an Arctic camo distressed Cerakote on it. I did a satin nickel hardware on one side, and then I did I think it's called Wolf Gray, but not by Cerakote on the backside because it kind of matched the titanium. And then after that, I think it's just a tactile turn pen. It's a bolt. It's one of the bolt action ones. I Cerakoted it in OD green with FDE accents. And I think that's all I'm carrying today.
I'm doing more watch videos. I got to know what the watch is today. We got to do the watches too.
Oh, I have an IWC Aquamaster.
The bougiest thing on them.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm wearing about $75 worth of clothes if I'm not wearing my watch.
Nice.
But I mean, it's not going to translate. I mean, I can show it here, I guess, but it's blue. The reason I got it is because if you go and try to buy an IWC and sort by price, this is the one that comes up. And I needed a blue face watch. IWCs, I have 4 of them. This is the last one I bought.
Very nice.
But it's good. It's just generally in my style, but it fits what I needed.
Very nice. Well, we talked about the SOCOM Bravo. So as a Mall Ninja, I'd say 85, 89% of the knives I have are a knife that I would imagine having to pull out in an alley to fight with. So I always have to get the most tactical knife with just a brutal blade or overbuilt.
The fully serrated Tonto is nice, though.
Yeah, it is.
It looks
cool.
so mean.
And the action is it's probably one of the best actions I've seen on a folder. Too.
I just want to call it pain, the blade.
Yeah. And serrated blades. And then, so I had an XM18, and the XM24s were kind of hard to find, but you guys had one on the pre-owned inventory.
Mm-hmm.
So I got an XM24, and I'm pretty happy. I mean, this thing is just so overbuilt.
Ooh, that's the one clip blade too.
Yeah.
And it's the skinny. That's the one to have right there.
It's so stabby.
Yeah.
My first week with this,
That thing,
I had 3 Band-Aids on my hand.
Yeah. It looks like it's going fast, just standing still.
Yeah.
I love that thing.
It's made to use with gloves. The action, you can just flip it open so easy. And it's just, I mean, that's what, 4-inch blade?
Yeah, right in there. I think
Yeah.
it's just under 4 because most
4.
knife laws in the U.S. have a cutoff at 4. So it's probably 3.98 or something like that.
And I'll have to look up, you sent me that app that has all the knife laws in the state. So when I go to Nevada, I can figure out what I can carry.
I can't remember what it's called. Blade something. I can't remember.
Good for you saying Nevada correctly.
Oh, yeah, my dad's from Nevada. So. And then I have this Double Oaks minimalist wallet, the minimalist wallets. And then I've got a Casio G-Shock, one of their metal square watches.
Nice.
It's just for an everyday watch. It's nice because it's digital and it's the old school square style, but they just fancied it up with the whole all metal body.
What about the G-Shocks too is there's no better way to get respect in the knife community without spending $3,000 than to rock a G-Shock.
Yeah.
Because every knife collector, they might not own one, but nobody shits on a G-Shock because they're just well built. Yeah. They're a great knife. They're a great knife. They're a great watch.
Yeah. So they're nice. But yeah, this XM24. But I have to admit, I'm probably going to buy that new auto you guys have.
The GT?
Yeah. I need a new knife in my life, and that sounds pretty sweet.
I feel I need that in my life as well.
Yeah.
I'll get it down to a toothpick and see what ZT's warranty's like.
We're going to have to order more because I need one too. That's
100%.
That's pretty high praise for a ZT that all 3 of us at the table actually want one.
Yeah, no, they haven't carried anything in fucking years that I remotely want.
The little slip joints they made, although I don't agree, I don't think it fits their reputation and it doesn't fit their marketing, but the little slip joints designed by Anso, I really think were they are nice knives, but I don't think they need to wear the ZT badge. They're not.
I think it's more Anso. If he did that in-house, it'd be fucking gangbusters.
He does do it in-house, and it's very expensive.
The double detent kind of slip joint, modern slip joint.
Yeah, so the ZT version is the factory version, but he does do a custom version of it, which I think is $7 and some change. I want to say about $750, give or take. But he also did the 0220 for them, which was a nice knife, a big titanium monolith sumbitch. I mean, it was discontinued after a couple of years, so I mean, we can all infer.
From Norway. Where's he from?
He's in the Netherlands, or he's in that neighborhood.
Yeah, somewhere in Scandinavia.
I'm going to say Scandinavian, just to save my ass.
Well, we all took a break at the same time. That's funny.
Yeah, 100%. So at this point, we got knife fights. Any other trends? Did pocket dump? How do you want to end the show?
I mean, we could talk knife fights, but we had a hard time finding the videos is the problem.
Yeah, we'll do that next time when we find a couple videos.
We're going to do some more research.
I know which ones.
Text some links.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I always subscribe to the best way to win a knife fight is to run, because you don't win a knife fight. But I do want to see people involved in them.
No, 100%. God, who'd I talk to? Some Green Beret dude said, rule number 1 of a knife fight, don't get in a fucking knife fight.
Yeah.
Rule number 2 of a knife fight, don't get in a fucking knife fight.
Yeah,
and rule number 3, don't get in a fucking knife fight. You both end up fucked up.
It's never if you're going to get cut. It's how bad you're going to get cut.
Yeah, it's how many tendons got severed.
Yeah.
And then talking to Ryan, I'm just gonna slash you here and then just run up your arm. And I'm like, oh Jesus Christ!
My buddy Rob he's retired now, but he was a cop down in Arizona, and he sent me a picture of a dude that'd been slashed across the back, and he's like, "This is why cops shoot people with knives."
Yeah,
I can appreciate that. I would too.
So that's a knife fight segment tonight.
Yeah, it's a little poor on this. We'll have to work on that.
Big Al's unfinished furniture corral.
That's our
Oh, those are our sponsors. So we're going to do a series of recordings of bullshit sponsors that are fun. We might choose real companies to do the sponsorship, but none of them are sponsoring us. Fuck them.
Yeah.
We're just going to say what we want to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about, so what is it, the question you posed to us earlier was, what knife, if it came up for sale at a reasonable price, would you just have to pull the trigger on?
Yeah.
And so you throw out numbers and say, well, numbers don't really work because you got $300. There's a whole lot of $1,200 knives that I would buy.
Oh, yeah.
But if there's something that came up at a reasonable price, one thing that I couldn't hit the buy it now button fast enough is the Siebert design Benchmade Gold Class double action. So it had the release was the bolster. So it had a moving bolster. I think they called it the monolock, or was it 7101, I think was the model number. And that thing, if I saw it come up, just come up. They're never available. Just saw it come up. I mean, even over $1,000, I would probably jump on that as fast as I could. Because it's a killer knife. Siebert's a fantastic designer. I have 2 other Siebert knives. Siebert. I don't know if I'm saying it right. And the Marfione.
We'll have to ask him.
Conversation again. But I would jump on that crazy.
For me, besides the 80s Cold Steel Tonto set that I had a chance to get and I did not, I'm still killing myself with that.
The Emperor set.
The Emperor
with
set.
The only website having complete pictures of the entire set is northernknives.com.
Is us.
Still out too.
I love when we go to research trades that people want to trade in and you Google, try to find what the price is, and we're our own result. Shit.
God damn it.
We're setting the price? I don't trust that.
Besides that, I'd have to say that Shirogov Dr. Death that Lori had, that was just super light, super stabby. You just blew on it and it would flick open. That thing was pretty sweet. That would probably be a grail knife for me.
Shirogorov makes very few things that I wouldn't just pounce on. He makes some really good stuff. His machining is top notch.
I feel a Hawk Lock folder from Hawk G&G. That'd be right up your fucking alley.
Oh, we've had a couple of those in
Hawk
recently.
Oh, they're fantastic. Oh, yeah. No, within the past year, we've had a couple in, but they're...
I think we picked up one from Hardy.
So,
it was a regular of ours.
Oh, yeah. And the difference between Shirogorov is a progressive shink.
Yeah.
And then Hawk Lock is this really mechanical, tactile.
Yeah.
But it's the same result, but it just feels so much better.
I remember he brought one in for me to clean up and redo the anodizing on it. And he's like, can you take this apart and put it back together? And I was like, I don't know, maybe. I'll give it a go.
Give it a goog.
I still have this dream, and I'm going to hold Mike to this. Since you guys have a full machining shop, whenever I pull the trigger on becoming a superhero, I'm going to have Mike help me make some tubing that are going to go down my forearms. I'm going to have 2 micro 9s on each slide on these rollers. And so, yeah, I'm going to be fighting down the street here on 4th Avenue, just fighting crack dealers with batons in my fists. But if
F Street for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe
but if the weapons come out, it's going to be a flick, and these rollers come out, and then 2 micro 9s are in my palm.
I would be really happy to help you machine that.
So
I can sell the shit out of that.
Yeah.
I get to keep the rights on the design.
And it's not illegal. You can have it's just a rolling thing that flicks a pistol into your palm.
You just have Derringers on slides for
I thought
easy
about
access.
Derringers, but it's 2026 now. I need a very small micro 9.
I think I have a
Chiapas in 9mm.
That would be cool.
I think I have a Derringer. Jesus, it's not a 4. I keep wanting to say it's a 470.
It's a 45 or it's a shotgun shell.
It's not a 45. It's a shotgun
410 shotgun shell.
It's 4. That's what it is. It's 410.
So if it does a 410, it does a 45 Colt.
Yeah. So I have a 410 dual shot Derringer upstairs.
That's enough.
Oh, from Bond Arms.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
I know what you're
from
talking
Bond
about.
Arms. Yeah,
They
it's from
do
Bond
they do a
Arms, yeah.
45 Colt
Yeah.
or they
Yeah.
do a 410 shotgun shell.
Yeah. I bet that thing draws blood on the first 2 shots. It's gonna, in the webbing of my thumb, it's gonna hurt.
The fact that you have to do the second shot, where you have to pop it open with no extractor, take a pair of pliers, pull the round out,
I don't.
put a new one in, close it up, and fire again.
I
Yeah.
don't even know if it has sights on it, which is because it's a get off me gun. So, do you really need to aim that? I mean, I had a
Yeah.
little LCR, a little crappy revolver. I had a little LCR with the scandium frame and the titanium cylinder, and it was 5-shot 357. And I have pictures out at the range. In the first 5 shots, it drew blood.
Oh shit.
And to finish out the rest of the cylinder, or to reload it and do it again, because I have it. I should probably at least know what it's like to shoot it, but I have pictures of me shooting it with duct tape on the webbing of my thumb.
So I've gotten burn marks on my face and my arms.
Why are you shooting that close to your face?
No, from the ejected shells,
Oh.
right? But I've never gotten a gun to draw blood. Not a single fucking time. I think you just have weird webbing.
No,
It's happened to me before.
I know the guy that I traded. So I traded that LCR to Centennial, I think it was called. What was the model of it? Continental? Centennial? I can't remember. So I traded that for a Glock 30S, which is a compact double stack 45. Yeah, I really that. So I traded that. So I know where that gun is. So if I can get a hold of it again, I'm going to take you out and make you shoot it. And you have to put 10 rounds through it.
I'm down for it. I get to go shooting. I can't complain if I have some Band-Aids.
Hey, we can take out a Vector that's probably going to explode.
Yeah.
100%.
I didn't know, what do they say? No steel and no aluminum casing. Brass only through a Vector. I didn't know that.
Okay.
Money only. All right. On that high note, I guess we'll see you guys at some indeterminate future
Are you slurring?
point. I don't know. We'll see you guys at some point in the indeterminate future. And I guess that's the closing of our show till we figure out something more official.
Old Man Folders and Mall Ninja and name to be determined. Out.
Yeah. Out.